I was very impressed today meeting the Chief Executive Paul Reid and all the team here. There's obviously great work going on, and it's important that we see that the Rebuilding Ireland is kicking in and that local authorities are back in charge of delivering housing and opening up sites and activity. So I'm delighted to read and to learn today how Fingal are well ahead of their targets that have been set over the last 3 years for social housing. I'm quite conscious that their targets we have to reset, but I think it's very clear there's a lot of ambition here with the team in Fingal County Council. So we'll reflect that ambition in our targets that we'll set and funding that we allocate. I think it's quite clear the local authority here would have probably doubled the original target in terms of spend of money. So I think we can be quite confident as a department in allocating increased resources here with increased targets and knowing that it'll happen. There's pressures on the system in terms of delivering housing over the next couple of months for those people in hotels. I'm confident that through all our local authorities here in the Dublin area we'll reach those targets over the couple of months ahead. But the key message here is to put more projects in the pipeline. Fingal are doing that and are making great plans for this year and the years ahead. The whole focus of Rebuilding Ireland is to get houses built again, mainly social houses, but also to activate private housing as well, and for local authorities to step up and to help the private housing sector, which again is very clearly happening here. From a planning point of view, from a long-term planning with the new development plan here in Fingal, they are proactively working with the private sector to bring on houses. There has been an infrastructure funding announced to open up some of these key sites. But apart from that, the main part of Rebuilding Ireland is to put local authorities back centrally to delivering housing and social housing and housing for affordable and for affordable rental as well. That's happening here. I stress to all the local authorities that I visit, we want local authorities to take the lead on delivering housing. We know as a Department of Housing Planning, Community and Local Government that central to reaching targets for social housing are local authorities. They are the ones that can make it happen. They are the ones on the ground. As a department, we help with set policy, we issue out the funding, we secure the funding from the Department of Finance, and thankfully Rebuilding Ireland has that £5.5 billion fund behind it. But we need the local authorities as partners to make that happen. And I can see here they're really taking the responsibilities very well here in Fingal Local Authority or County Council. I'm delighted to see it, and that's something that we will be able to flag and other places as well. So the right moves are happening here, and it's up to us to make sure the funding follows that now, and it will, and that we respond as well as increasing housing teams and planning teams. The other issue is that Rebuilding Ireland is vacant properties and vacant stock, and I'm quite happy that Fingal here are taking a very proactive approach to again making that happen and dealing with these vacant properties, either proving that they're not there in the first place, or where they are getting them activated and getting them back into use, either for social housing or private housing. Because there is pressure in this part of Dublin in terms of housing. There's a lot happening here in terms of employment. The economic recovery is doing quite well in this area, but that means there's a greater demand for housing, both social and private, and we aim to be able to deliver for that.